Good morning, everybody. Apologies for that slight technical hitch there. I don't have my trusted technician with me to help me. She's working at home, of course, because of the pandemic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record what I was going to share with you live and post it up. So it's a beautiful day. I had considered going outside and trying this, but I thought, maybe not get too ambitious here. Basically, what I'd like to do is explain and outline the things that you would need to know if you were considering buying a park home here at the Elms, and that's how we would normally do things when people come for physical viewing. Normally we'd meet people, give them a map, offer them a cup of tea, that kind of thing, and then send them out on a tour around the park. After that, they would then come back into the office and we'd sit down and chat through and answer any questions that they may have after that. The main things really we need to explain to people is the contract that you would be entering into and how that would be different to buying a bricks and mortar property. So we would run through the written statement, explaining to people how pitch fees are paid, what the 10% commission is, what security the written statement offers, and run through a few examples. When you buy a park home, you own the home but you don't own the land. So the written statement is a contract that's been specifically designed to cater for that situation, and it gives residents on all residential parks, but obviously here at the Elms, the best security that is currently offered by UK legislation. When you buy a home, you will be paying an annual pitch fee. It's called a pitch fee, and that figure goes towards all the upkeep and running of the grounds. So all the street light replacements, the road resurfacing, we have barrier access onto the park here, so that all needs maintaining. We have lots of security, and obviously we've got loads of beautiful grounds, and all that wants maintaining and looking after as well. So the pitch fee goes towards the running costs for all of that, and staffing of the office and things like that. But there's no rental element in the pitch fees, so our return on our investment, or your contribution to the use of our land, is paid when you leave. So when you leave, you pay a 10% commission to the park owner on the sale price of the property. That 10% is deducted off the sale price, not added on to the sale price. So if you bought a home for 100,000, you would pay the homeowner 90 and the park owner 10. So without that, obviously we would struggle to run our business, because we need a return. We need to be making some profits to run the business. And then we would run through the basics of our rules. So each park has its own set of rules unique to that park, and will have been put together via a consultation with its homeowners. So we ran a very extensive consultation process for establishing the current rules that we have. So they are very much what the residents want, as well as what we have been guided to include. Then people, also I should point out, those rules can't be altered without another consultation. So a park owner can't just suddenly change the rules. And going back to the pitch fees, a park owner cannot increase the pitch fees without certain legislative restrictions, and you would look at the written statement to understand that. But basically you would be looking at an annual rate of inflation. The RPI, Retail Price Index, would be added to the pitch fee annually. But if a park owner, for example, wanted to put barriers in like we have, but they hadn't already done that, and they would go through a consultation process again with the residents. So again, we can't change the pitch fees on you out of the blue. You have to have a say in that. Then I would run through what the utilities are, how you get your gas and electric and water, sewerage, and they are all managed via our office. So we do have figures for the average consumptions that our residents are using for their utilities, and they're posted on our website, and you can ask for those as well, and they obviously would be given to you if you came to look around. We add those to a typical pitch fee for the different size properties, and it helps you then go away and have a think about how you would like to operate and what your running costs would be for that. Questions that we have when people come to look round vary, but they usually revolve around things like what happens if we weren't running the park, and the assurance that you would have for that is with the written statement. So once you have been issued with that written statement, it gives you the right to occupy that home forever, and you could will that to your direct family member if you wanted to, but usually people don't. Usually the properties are sold, but if we were for some reason to sell the park or to not be here anymore, whoever took over, whoever bought the business would have to run it as a park home park and abiding by the rules that we have set in place. And you have lots of protection now to ensure that that does happen, lots of legal protection. The other things that people might ask is things like where are the nearest shops. So we're quite lucky in that we have a brilliant bus service on the doorstep, so people can easily get in and out of town to either Lincoln or Gainsborough. And the residents have their own minibus, which they use now for different shopping trips and day trips. At the moment, the minibus is proving invaluable to our residents because they're able to lay on extra shopping trips, taking our residents to the supermarkets, making sure that they have got their supplies in. And we have to say we've been overwhelmed by the wonderful community spirit that we've seen demonstrated here at the Elms over the past few weeks. Residents are very much looking out for their neighbours, and as we've been chatting to residents on the phone, checking that they're okay and that they have their supplies and that they're getting their medications, we're hearing how much assurance they're getting from their residents who are looking out for them. We've also had a fantastic Call Connect service, and they're offering free services for residents to be able to go and get their medications and their essential supplies, which is absolutely wonderful to see happening. In terms of facilities on the doorstep, we do have a local pub called the White Swan, so we do have somewhere that people can pop out to eat and drink when visitors come to stay. And we have also got a beautiful 7-acre village green with a wonderful wooden play fort on it and a fishing lake. So in terms of on the doorstep facilities, we are rural, but we are well serviced. So I'm going to keep this fairly brief because of the situation of me not being live and not having any questions. And I do hope that you enjoy the rest of the day tuning in to watch all the videos that Emma, who as I say has been working from home, has been preparing this last week for you to look at. You can as well tune into our YouTube page. I'll get Emma to post the details of that after this. And, you know, if you're not already signed up to our Facebook page, I would encourage you to do that because it's a great way of getting in touch with us and keeping up to date with what's going on the park. And, you know, we really do hope that we're going to be able to welcome you here in person soon once this situation has moved. And, yeah, as I say, thank you very much for tuning in and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.